Gaby Company, and this is the Dreaming Show. In today's show, we are going to talk about how to start a modeling career. And my awesome guest is Prosper TARUVINGA from Lifelong Digital Marketing.
Well, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you very much for coming here once again. Prosper, how hard or how easy is to start a modeling career?
Wow. To start off with, that's even a hard question. It depends on where you are with your mindset. The fact that there's a lot that we see on TV and automatically it stops people in their tracks from wanting to pursue a modeling career, because all we see is tall girls, skinny and jumping up and about, and the lifestyles that we live these days do not permit that sort of look anymore. So a lot of people are sort of limited and they stop themselves from wanting to pursue something like that. It could be a passion for them, but then they stop because of what they see on TV. So it's not an easy journey. But once you're up there and you're doing things, it's well worth it.
Could you explain more, please? Why is not an easy journey?
Okay. There are certain standards that society has put on people. A certain height, a certain look, a certain skin tone. Okay, so all those things are barriers to entry. Before you even start, you are made to start judging yourself as a person. Am I worth it? Do I feel like I can be able to stand in front of a camera and do what that girl does or that guy does? The reason is TV has been modeled in such a way that people are made to feel insecure right from the get-go. Everything is designed to make people feel insecure. I would tell you one thing. If all the women and all the men were so proud about the way they look, cosmetic companies will go out of business. Yeah? Nobody would want to have makeup on because, you know what, at the end of the day, they're happy about who they are. But the way they've designed it in such a way that people feel very insecure, and the person who's behind the scenes trying to get into the business is stopped because they feel they're not adequate enough.
What you mean is that there is a specific criteria to fit in that industry.
It is manufactured, right? You have to be a certain height for guys. You have to have a certain build. You have to have a certain body type for girls. You have to have a certain height as well. It goes for girls as well. And a certain look. Your eyes have to be in a particular place, and you have to be marketable. Okay, I will tell you something. Okay, if you would see me on the street, you would not think I have become a successful model. You would not think I can be signed by a modeling agency because of my height, maybe the way I look or my skin tone, right? Okay, so quite a lot of people stop themselves from getting anywhere in life because they see certain things and they don't question why. They don't question why it is a certain way, why I cannot be accepted when they make a call out. And after that, they don't even do the work that is needed for them to go to that certain level. So it's not about your height. It's not about the way you look. Every person that you are or I am or whoever or you are represents a demographic, represents somebody who utilizes commodities, represents somebody who can buy a service, represents somebody who can use a mobile phone. And they want your money. But for them to advertise to you, you have to want to be a part of that scenario. So they would look out for models that look exactly like you so that you feel like you're part of the service. So they are always looking for everyday people. But the ones that we then end up seeing as models are the tall ones, the ones that have made it. You know, so it's a contradicting belief, but people don't go past that stage that I need to be a certain height. If I'm not, then that's nothing. You can't control your height. Yeah?
Of course not.
Right, so you can work on things that you can control. And you can't let things that you cannot, that are out of your control, stop you. They should actually propel you. Look at Miranda Kerr. She's not the tallest, but she's worked her way through. But the fact that she's got an air around her and she's been commercialized, they take away the fact that she's not tall because she earned her seat, right? But then all the other tall Victoria's Secret models, they just end up there because they become everyone else. They become part of the furniture. And if you're very unique, you stand out. So there's a better reason for you to actually jump onto the modeling bandwagon if that's what your passion is. Because then if you've got a different look, then you're marketable.
What would you say to people out there that are watching us if they want to be a model?
Essentially, if you want to be a model, I always say this, just start. You essentially need a portfolio around you. You essentially need to put it in your mindset that this is what I'm going to pursue. It's a very rewarding career if you know what you're doing and if you put yourself in the right, if you put yourself in the right channels. Agencies are always looking for people of everyday lifestyles. The way you look like somebody who would buy a product for a company. So they are always looking for different looks for lifestyles, people that buy homes, and that could be a start. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to you don't have to be a certain person. You just have to think towards getting your goal. Even if it's not just modeling, anything in life.
Yeah.
Anything in life, if you put your mind to it, if you put your heart and soul into anything, you can be anything that you want to be. A lot of people stay at the bottom because they're happy with being mediocre. You know, nobody looks at mediocre people, and that's why it's so hard to escape that, because a lot of people are trying to get above. But once you're at a certain level and you propel yourself, you start, and then you just look at what you need to do to get to where you want to be. Especially if you want to be a model, you just need to get from where you are today to modeling the person you want to be. Essentially, all you got to do is do the work in between. A lot of people don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to do the work.
Sometimes people, they want results overnight. They don't want to pay the price. They don't want to do the homework.
Right. That's the reason why only 1% of people are able to do anything in life. 1% of people that play the games end up being very good at it. 1% of people that sing end up being what we hear on the radio. Everyone else can go on the microphone and start singing, but not everyone gets above because nobody wants to put in the work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that's involved with being a model. I'm not trying to say this to deter you, but in anything in life, if you really want to go for whatever it is to be recognized, you need to put in the work. Okay, it just doesn't come easy. So you have to go to the model castings, you have to go to the photo shoots. There's a lot of waiting because they want to know if you're the right fit for that person, and you have to have the right attitude.
Yeah.
Attitude gives you altitude. The more attitude you have, the more you get bigger as a person. You might even end up realizing, no, maybe the modeling thing is not what I wanted. Maybe I can be an MC, maybe I can be a presenter, maybe I can actually help other models get to that level. So when you start, that's when you realize, oh, there's so many other avenues, right? And then you end up just creating things for yourself, right? But then if you wait all your life and then you realize, I'm not going to do it, maybe I'm tired now, or maybe I'm old. Opportunities only last for as long as you act on them. So if you act on an opportunity in the lifetime of the opportunity, then that's when it becomes a reality. So just start.
Could you tell us, please, the story about your little girl? She's a model?
Kalia, yes.
How old is she?
Kalia is 15 months. Okay, I wish I brought her here, but she'd be playing around in the studio. But Kalia, to me, is the reason why I work so hard. And I want that my work is not disturbed because I have to do things that my daughter wants to do. So that's the reason why I have essentially introduced her to the modeling side of things. She's doing a commercial for Bonds right now as we speak. And the thing is, if I go with her to those casting calls, for me that's work too. So I'm not doing things that are out of my I'm not doing things that are out of my way. I'm actually extending my business, extending my work and influence by having my daughter involved. So it makes life a whole lot easier for me and for her, and she gets to learn from what I think is the best.
Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations. Tell me about the age. To be in modeling, do you need to be, there is a limit of age?
It gets better. You are told to start at a certain age, but everyone that's out there is a customer, and they represent different demographics and different age groups. So if they want to appeal to an aged care center, are they going to come in with a 16-year-old model to say, oh, this is me, you can come to our center?
I understand.
No. So they're going to look for somebody that's exactly that age.
Yeah.
So you can start whenever. As long as you want it, you will get it.
But you know what, Prospect? People don't know that.
The thing is, information is out there and it's free. The reason why people do not know that is because they don't want it bad enough. If you want it bad enough, you will find the information that you're looking for.
You need to search.
You need to search.
Find the answer.
And what you want in life is looking for you out there. Mm-hmm. That's how the universe works. Mm-hmm. What you want wants you. So if you go out and then you bring out that energy that I want this back in my life, you will find it. You will find a bus driving past you with a commercial about exactly what you were thinking about.
What you focus on is what you get.
What you focus on is what you get. I've been thinking about buying myself a Mercedes because I've worked hard. Every second car that's overtaking me lately is a Mercedes. And that's a sign to say, yo, you know what? I'm slow. I need to catch up to my dreams. You know? So that's exactly how the universe conspires to give you everything that you want. And it's simple.
Amazing. Amazing. Prosper, could you tell us please about your business?
Essentially, my business is to help small businesses grow. Mm-hmm. I help them with their marketing and digital activities on the internet. So I can also help those that are starting off to be models by creating their portfolios, by creating their, mixing them or linking them up with digital experts that can take photos for them and create a portfolio for them to represent themselves when they go out there. It's once you have a digital footprint, once you have a digital signature, it's easy for you to just send a link for people to see what it is that you've done. But you gotta start.
Okay.
Once you start, we are able to help you.
So how people can contact you?
Livelong Digital is everywhere. If you cannot find me, then that means I'm not doing a good job.
I like that.
Right. www.livelongdigital.com.au www.livelongdigital.com.au I work with a lot of businesses, so you probably have seen my work. Like I say, if you don't find us, then that means I'm not doing my job well.
Mm-hmm. What about modeling? Do you run workshops or presentations?
Yes, we do one-on-one presentations where models, photographers, and casting agents come together, and then they work in conjunction with each other. On the internet, it's hard for you to approach someone and say, you know, I want to take photos and I want to be a part of it. So it's a safe haven for people that are afraid to be taught and to also learn what it is that they need to do with their modeling career. So yes, you can also look up on Live Long Digital. We've got an extension for that where we help models get what they deserve in life.
Okay, thank you very much, Prosper.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Well, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, Gaby.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Gaby Company, Melbourne, Australia. Bye.
The Dreaming Show.